Alright, testing, testing. I suck dick for a living. Oh shit, it's recording. Welcome back. I really tried, I really thought I could make that bit a lot better, but the second I started doing it, I was like, it's lost. But I do a testing before every video. Anyways, welcome back, motherfuckers, to practicing portraits on artwod roadmap. Please ignore the cringe. And yeah, artwod, link in description. Do 10,000 times the amount of repetitions they require of you. They will build the absolute best foundation for you to become an excellent drawer from imagination. What is my proof? This is my proof. Yeah, I've been drawing for 3 years and almost 5 months now, right? I am Viggy. I aim to prove that anybody can draw. Click on my channel. Over 400 hours minimum recorded of my 5 days a week practice, roughly, right? And yeah, that's it. Anyways, please, I implore you to draw along, because the one thing everybody can control is effort, right? And effort, I am hoping to consistently prove, is the only fucking thing that matters, clearly, right? And not talent, not whatever other bullshit reason you want to come up with that sounds convenient because you don't want to put the work in. But if you do want to put the work in, or if you believe you have the capability to, just like I believe you do, please grab your pen, grab your paper, and draw along. If this, what I'm doing here, is I don't know, I guess, yeah, supposedly too intimidating for you, click on my channel, go to year 1, and go to year 2, go to year 3, all the playlists, and just draw along with that, right? Watch every fucking video, keep me on the background, keep me muted, give me retention. What other buzzwords do I have? Anyways, yeah, artwod, okay, I'm done. Anyways, fucking, anybody who already knows to draw along, use me as a body doubling, right? Body doubling, woohoo, yeah, all that gay shit, but, and I truly mean it is a joyous occasion, right? In the purest sense of the word. But what am I doing, right? Artwod roadmap. We're doing the exercise where what's it called? I'm looking at a portrait. I'm encompassing the portrait, a box over the portrait, a sphere inside that box, center lines inside the sphere inside the box, center lines inside the planes of the box, as well as ellipses inside the planes of the box. And that is basically I'm trying to essentially completely overload my working memory with minimum of 20 calculations at all times, right? If that sounds difficult, it is, because I'm also trying to hold 3 layers of perspective, right? That is called spatial reasoning. That is how you get better. That is drawing. Drawing is thinking, right? So I had something I wanted to talk about, just mildly. It's the same shit as always. You guys know I'm always fucking bitching about something or the other, right? For all the positivity? Jesus Christ. The memes are becoming my actual vocabulary, unfortunately. But for all the positivity I espouse, clearly I do like to complain to a relative degree, right? Now, what does that mean? That means that you have your own artistic rendition of Real Housewives, right? Except nobody knows I'm talking shit about them, and there's no actual drama because nobody gives a shit about me. But that's the beauty of it, right? I just get to complain. But anyways, please do draw along. I've already started thinking, and by the way, while I'm thinking, I am talking, which is extremely difficult. I'm running one parallel line of thought, explaining the other parallel line of thought, which is extreme cognitive friction regarding spatial reasoning, right? And that is a skill. Everything that we do is a skill, okay? Which are behaviors, which are habits, which are actions, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you can go down the rabbit hole of trying to deconstruct it, but the point is, it's all skills. It's all skills. And the main thing I'm trying to do is always keep that sphere in mind, but I need to look at this reference as well. Why the fuck do you have to look down? God damn it. This woman is the bane of my existence. Her ears covered too with hair. God damn it. I know, like, I'm complaining, but I'm not really complaining. I'm just fucking trying to say some stupid shit. Whilst I draw indeed. So this is the main thing, right? Like, this is the most difficult part, is calculating, and I am calculating. I am consistently calculating. Is one thing you need to be aware of, is drawing is calculating. Drawing is thinking. Drawing is genuine effort towards understanding, right? And if you believe you're not capable of that, I would like to prove you wrong and say that you are, right? Because there's no way you're not capable of using your fucking brain. That's the one thing that God gave you, right? I'm not even religious. I'm just using it as like a general term. You know, God gave me a penis. God gave me goddamn, what is it, 4 inches? Which is above average, I believe, right? And I'm gonna use it. Same thing. God gave you a brain, right? You were given a brain by Jesus, Muhammad, fucking Buddha, Christ, just bastardize. Put them all together, right? You can't be racist or religious or whatever the fuck if they're all one and the same, right? Probably piss some people off there, which is good, right? I hope I'm polarizing for no reason apart from just being polarizing, to the point where you're like, he really does piss me off. I would like to like, subscribe, and watch every single video that he puts out, right? And let him know that he is wrong, right? And make sure to like every video to let him know that he is wrong, right? I think it's honestly, like, I would encourage you to do that, because you will definitely prove me wrong with whatever the fuck I just said. and I will agree with you, right? And by the way, while I'm talking, I'm drawing. Just want to keep reminding you. While I'm talking, I'm trying to think about a sphere, okay? A box, a sphere inside the box, center lines inside the sphere inside the box. And by the way, when I say I'm trying to think about it, I need to be more specific. I'm trying to calculate it. I am extensively working my working memory, right? Which objectively, for the average human brain, can only hold about 3 to 5 things at once. I'm trying to shove 21 calculations there, okay? 1, 2, 3 planes, right? The center line of each plane. So that's 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line. Right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 12, then an ellipse, right? 13, 14, 15, right? And then the box itself, 16. The sphere inside the box, 17. Center lines inside the sphere, inside the box, right? 18, 19, and then 22 actually, because again, an ellipse inside each box, right? 20, 21, 22, yeah, something like that, right? I'm constantly trying to see that, trying to calculate, however I can see and calculate, right? And by the way, it's not just about seeing, it's about applying. Because seeing is one thing. We can all try to see something, even if it's extremely difficult, right? We can still try to see it, and it's cool. Well, yeah, look, I see it. But to apply it while seeing it, while talking about it, is a multi-layered, go fuck yourself to my brain, okay? Which is a skill, right? Like, again, I hope I want to keep beating the dead horse, because I guarantee years from now, people will be like, he's so talented. And I want Vicky Fammers, like if you're here, you know, the real Vicky Fammers, I want you. If there's one, see, look, my lines are so shit. Again, it's a skill that I don't have. Right? If there's one thing I can ask of the Vicky Fammers, it's, okay, something fucked up here. First of all, this line is not, it's diverging. Yeah, there you go. This top line's diverging. Okay, by a millimeter or 2. And you can see, like, this angle, my lines are very unsteady, right? But I want the true Vicky Fammers to please, anytime anybody says talent, just send them to my video, be like, look, he has X hundred hours, you know, or X thousand hours, right, depending on the future, right? Be like, shut the fuck up and do the work. Just shut the fuck up, do the work, enjoy the work, and that's it. All right, everything will take care of itself. But yeah, that kind of, I guess, lends way to what I wanted to talk about, which is, okay, again, while I'm thinking, I'm really trying to reconstruct this entire thing all over again. That's another thing, right? It's less about holding these layers in your mind, but it's about constantly reconstructing it. That's what I do. Every time I lose it, I just immediately reconstruct it again to the best of my ability, right? And again, like, these are all obstructions. Everything I put over this box is an obstruction to what I'm trying to visualize, which is a skill to ignore, right? Because what is this line obstructing? This line is obstructing the sphere that I'm calculating in my mind, right? That's what it's obstructing. Is this even a perfect sphere? Did I even create a box that goes around a perfect sphere? Likely not. I believe this plane should be slightly bigger, right? Something like that, you know? And that, I think, yeah, immediately that is actually better. Also, this box is a bit too small for my taste, but because I'm poor with proportions, Jesus Christ, I should stop this fucking line. But because I'm shit with proportions, I subconsciously, within my comfort zone, I guess you could say, made it a bit smaller because I was not sure whether I would be able to fit it here. Skills, all skills, right? But what the fuck am I saying? But either way, Jesus Christ, fucking, yeah, either way, fucking hell. Hold up, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to see what, again, by the way, while I'm trying to see this line, I'm also trying to see this line, and that's the line I'm trying to draw. But while I'm trying to see those two lines, I'm also trying to see this ellipse here that fits in this plane. While I'm trying to see that, I'm reminding myself there's an ellipse here. Once I see that, I'm like, oh, there's center lines here as well. Once I see that, see, like, it's a cascading effect. And then once I see all that, I'm like, wait, zoom back out, sphere in there. And then once I see that, I'm like, oh wait, you haven't thought about the center line for the sphere inside the box, right? Horizontal and vertical. Oh shit, that was an accident, right? But there's a lot to think about, and that's the beauty of it, is like, slowly but surely I'm getting better at the lot to think about. How much better? Probably like a 1% every week or so, right? But it's 1% that stays every week or so. That's what matters to me, you know? It stays, it compounds, and that's all that matters. That's like the most important thing. But either way, I have now like just genuinely started to internalize, vast majority of you do not actually want to get good, right? And, you know, I would hope I'm calling somebody out. By the way, I believe you can get good. I want to make that very clear. For all the shit I talk, I genuinely believe everybody is capable of excellence at the very minimum, and I truly believe mastery is simply a time game and a where the efforts are directed game, right? And how intense those efforts are consistently game, right? For example, why am I going to such extent to try to essentially short circuit my my working memory, right, as per cognitive load theory, right, my fucking prefrontal cortex, my parietal lobe, whatever the fuck, all these different things. Why am I trying to constantly short circuit that? Because that is what I believe is going to give me the long-term benefit. And see, that's completely off perspective, right? Because I struggle with this line. So even though I wanted to keep it on perspective, I simply did not have the motor skill aligned with my intent skills, right, to follow through, right? But either way, yeah, I want to say, like, I genuinely believe everybody is capable of excellence at the bare minimum, right? And that whatever whatever I can achieve, fucking 100% everybody can achieve it, because I don't think what I've achieved is anything special, because I'm in the process of demystifying my achievements, quote unquote achievements, right? It's been 400 hours of demystifying it. There's gonna be another 4,000 hours minimum. Most likely 10,000 hours will be hit as a giant middle finger to anybody who keeps fucking saying talent. But let me rest my brain. That's another thing. You utilize the gap effect. let me rest my brain, and then we'll get back to saying the same shit over and over as I always do. Alright, wunderbar. Okay, I hope you rested your brain as well. But yeah, I have unfortunately come to realize that vast majority of people do not actually want to get good, yet they will say they want to get good, right? Throughout my entire channel, I am currently in the process of actually showcasing what getting good looks like, right? In terms of the type of work that is put in, the frequency of work that is put in, the effort on that work that is put in, and hopefully you can see a trend here in that it's all fucking work, right? And everyone, I genuinely believe, is capable of this work. But where is this coming from? Why is Viggy suddenly saying that, oh wow, people don't want to learn how to draw, people are just saying shit, and he seems a bit irate, and oh god, he's reaching for the knife. Why, my dear Vagu Famers, why? Well, apart from just giving you a new name, Vagu Farmers actually sounds pretty funny. It sounds like Vagu Farmers. Like he has a farming shit. Oh shit, see? I made the eyebrow here, the right one, way too close. But the left one's okay. But the right one, at least the right one from our angle, is definitely way off. But either way, why am I saying that? Because on good old artwod subreddit, or sorry, Discord, not subreddit, somebody basically said, is it normal that I am unable to, they basically just made a comment being like, oh, my arm gets like super fucking wobbly when I draw from this random angle, right? And I just, trying to encourage and help, right? Being the good person that I am, because we all know I'm a great person. But I was just like, yeah, that happens. Like, look, I'm proving it right now. I'm like, yes, certain angles will be more difficult for you compared to other angles, right? And again, by the way, I've completely lost the sphere and everything inside of it. So I need to, again, because I'm trying to tell a fucking story while also making sure that I'm drawing these features placed accurately, if not accurately sized or whatever, but just placed accurately and in the correct perspective. So I've completely lost the sphere, completely lost all the calculations. So that's another skill that I need to consistently work on, because the goal is to be in extreme discomfort and constantly be taxing my working memory. That is the goal, right? In order for my working memory to build an efficient schema of the 3D simulation I'm constantly trying to run in my mind, such that it is more efficient in the long term, months and months and months and years from now, right? Like, that is the goal, right? If we were to have goals, of course, process is all that matters and all that shit, but at the end of the day, you need to have a clear idea of what you're trying to achieve, right? And that's what I'm trying to achieve. Extremely consistent internal 3D simulations of these 22 calculations I just mentioned. And that's just right now. Those are just 3 layers of perspectives, right? I'm definitely gonna add a 4th or a 5th and a 6th and a 7th as the years go on, to prove, more than anything, to prove that any human can add a 4th and a 5th and a 6th and a 7th. The fact that spatial reasoning is a difficult skill and 100% attainable skill, right? Such as any other skill, fucking programming, engineering, like it's woodworking, same shit, bro, same fucking shit. Okay, for some reason, people love to not talk about how much hard work it takes, right? But either way, what was I saying? So basically, this person was just like, yeah, and I was proving my point, right? Because my arms got all wobbly. My fingers get really wobbly in this angle. But they basically said, hey, that happens. I'm like, hey, that's normal. That happens to me, right? Like, for example, and that just means that everyone has their own particular set of let's see, shut the fuck up. I'm just talking to myself, but everyone has their own particular set of, I'm really thinking right now, hold up. I'm really trying to think and keep everything accurate. But I basically was just saying everybody has their own particular angles that they find difficult, right? And that is normal, right? It just means that you have to spam it more. That's basically what I said, right? And I'm pretty sure PJ054 calling you out, motherfucker, because I know you watch my videos. Like, I saw him typing, because I'm pretty sure he saw my message. I think it's a he, maybe it's a she, right? And then he stopped, because he was like, oh, I am speaking for him. He's probably like, oh, Viggy's gonna go off this time. He's gonna fucking fam so hard, I can't wait in his actual videos. No, if I hadn't just eaten, and I wasn't digesting my food, and I'm a lot more mellow, then perhaps. But I have eaten, so like, I don't have that same passion. And I think a huge part of it is clearly, you can probably derive that I'm very passionate about informing people that they're capable. Right? And these are reminders to myself. Like, remember, I'm not anyone special. So I have to keep reminding myself that I'm capable as well. Right? And now we're doing the difficult part, which is transposing or this box, right, over here with the sphere, with the center lines, with everything inside, and then trying to hold that to the best of our ability. Right? So that's why the sphere constantly comes into play. But either way, yeah, I basically said that. And then they responded with wait in all caps, and then comma, and then normally. Does that mean I have to practice? Question mark, sad face. And I was like, what the fuck? What? I don't get it. There's people like this everywhere. And maybe I'm gonna go into a rant. Maybe I'm just like completely tired, exasperated of the beginner's mindset, or just people who you're spending money. You're spending money on a fucking program that is, it's more than anything, artwod touts the fundamentals. The fundamentals of draftsmanship are their bread and butter that they are bringing to the populace, right? To let them know, like, hey, you can do this. Here's all the things you can focus on. And you're paying money. First of all, you're fucking paying money, and you're still not gonna put the work in. It boggles my fucking mind. And you're gonna be sad about putting the work in. Like, look, on one hand, I get it. When I tried drawing in 2020 and 2021, I failed within a week because I did not have the right mindset. I get it. This individual, as with 99% of people in life when it comes to learning anything, have the wrong mindset, right? And, you know, as 99% of people have the wrong, just lack knowledge. It's an ignorance debt, right? Or ignorance, it's just ignorance in general, and they have a debt of ignorance to pay, which is to remove it, right? To pay it with knowledge and action, right? But again, by the way, while I'm talking, I'm thinking, right? But now this is actually probably the most difficult thing I've done in a while, because I'm actually in like a very particular topic while talking, and that means that I'm going to be distracted, but it's okay. See, because I have to, okay, again, like everything I draw, I have to go against the like the existing box that I've created, right? So like I get it, I get it, because I like, going back to my topic, because I'm gonna be struggling with this forever anyways, but like I get it, trust me, I get it when I say that as a beginner I have failed. Like, I failed literally 2020, 2021. I tried drawing, I couldn't do it. I tried, like, I just literally for a week couldn't, as in I fucking practiced for a week, and I was like, I can't draw lines, you know, draw a box both times, right? In a week, I expected progress. A week, not even a month, a week. And the reality is decades, okay? Fucking give up the idea of even progress in general. Just work on bettering yourself. Like, give up the idea of expectations when it comes to progress, right? And that is difficult, I understand, because it's a fucking skill, right? To understand how to learn and how to have the right mindset. And mindset is a skill. I get all of that. So I understand. It's just, I think because like I've done so much work to improve my mindset, that just some part of me, clearly the passionate part of me, when I see that people are, you know, inevitably people will struggle, right? I can't just expect everybody to have the mindset that I have of improvement and learning and all that shit, because I went through an entire journey. But I don't know, maybe it just saddens me. It saddens me, it frustrates me, it boggles my mind, you know, all of the above, right? And while I'm thinking, I'm drawing, but while I'm talking, I'm thinking, right? By the way, I just want to clearly mention that, like, my speech and my thoughts are at odds with each other, because I'm trying to have a topic and a conversation, and my mind, when I talk, obviously, like, visualizes the things I'm talking about, but I can't. What I have to visualize is the fucking 22 things I said I have to calculate, or I'm trying to calculate, right? And I'm doing the difficult thing, which is I'm starting from, like, out. I'm starting from much further out, right? So I still need to keep that sphere in mind because that's very difficult to do, right? Super difficult to calculate, super difficult to calculate. And then I have to calculate the center line, right? Calculate this, because again, I'm trying to see the sphere, I'm trying to see the box that's outlining the sphere, right? That the sphere resides in the box. I'm trying to get the front plane, I'm trying to calculate the center. And again, like if this is where it is, you see how like I keep calculating the center around here, even though clearly this is the left part and it has to be somewhere, center has to be more left aligned, right? So I have to constantly adjust that as well. And again, like this, more than anything, I keep pushing the box out to be aligned with halfway of whatever I've drawn here, this line, this shape that's going to take precedent, and it's jutting out. But that's not how it works, right? It has to be aligned with the sphere. It's not aligned with anything apart from the sphere. So again, this line I created is an intentional obstruction to tax my working memory to be like, shut the fuck up and calculate it accurately. And now that I've said that, and again, I haven't seen the center line at all, but I have to try to see it now, right? By the center line, I mean the center line of the sphere, right? And now that I've said that, I have a little bit better idea of what I can do. Let's see. And again, every line that I put down has to be calculated against this plane, like in this angle, right? Everything has to be calculated. It's all calculated. I want to be very clear, right? It's all calculated. None of this is guesswork. It's guesswork based on calculations, actually. If we're going to use the word guess, right? It is being guessed based on an established calculation, which are just consistent attempts based on logic and reasoning, of spatial reasoning, of form, right? And this is going great in my mind. Like I'm actually like, I'm not doing anything incredible, but it's being relatively consistent, which is all that matters to me. Because right now it's just about being directionally correct rather than absolutely correct, right? Because directionally correct is what gets you directionally correct. Like it just gets you on the right path. You know, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. But there you go. Okay, and then I got the box, right? So still have to think about that. Project the sphere, the ellipse down here, right? Project it. Something like that. Oof, very difficult because again, I'm trying my best not to look here, right? But yeah, I think I'm just saddened. That's probably what it is. I'm simply saddened. Yeah, I'm just sad that, you know, I'm probably a bit irritated, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, people genuinely are so capable, and yet they're incapable of seeing what they can do. Like, of literally seeing what they can do. Because they're, I guess you all, the general you, right? You're too fucking focused on the immediate reward. There is no immediate reward, okay? There is no fucking chocolate chip cookie. None of that shit exists in real life when it comes to actually acquiring skills, not talent, skills that matter. And yes, some fucking smart-ass dipshit will be like, actually, with this one specific thing, you don't get an immediate reward. Okay, good job. You got me there, dumbass. You fucking got me. Congratulations. You know, my point is null. But for those of you who actually understand what the fuck I'm trying to say, it is incredibly, I don't know, it's just frustrating. I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Like, I just wish people understood that they're capable. And I wish people understood that they can literally learn and change their mindset. So for those of you who are here, hashtag Viggy Famming with me, because we've defined Viggy Famming, which means that you're trying your fucking best, right? Well, now you know that I'm once again reassuring you that you are capable, right? But anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. I know it looks like I didn't do much, but I did a lot of calculating. I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well, and then we're gonna come back and try to reconstruct this fuckery again in our minds, which I'm barely doing, by the way, but I'm trying really hard while talking, which is even more difficult, right? But yeah, rest your brain, please. Alright. Wunderbar, we're back. Yeah, don't really know how else to say it. I thought I had a point, but I guess I've just discovered that my point is just fucking empathy. You know? But Oh, and I'm gonna try to like really avoid ghosting now because I just want to calculate in my mind. Like that's the main thing. I want to calculate everything in my mind, and that comes with sheer effort. Like right now, I'm really trying to visualize the sphere and the box inside of it and all the different calculations that could be occurring. Right? But also, don't forget, we're not just doing spatial reasoning, by the way. We are also, to be very clear, we are also trying to think about design. I don't know, my voice cracked like that. Trying to think about design. What is design? Ideation. Random fucking cutouts, like subtractions, additions, manipulations occurring, right? Angle changes, ratio of angle changes, proximity of the ratio of the angle changes. If that sounds like a lot, it is. And I'm trying to balance that with spatial reasoning, this fuckery, as well as speaking, okay? Which is explaining myself. So I want to, again, keep reminding you that the difficulty is normal, it is expected, and it's exactly where you should be. It's exactly where I should be. And I am here right now. I'm not trying to go too intense on the ideation because obviously right now the main thing is the spatial reasoning, right? So perhaps we should just, because again, every line that I make has to, and you have to be strict with yourself. It has to align with your established perspective. Every single fucking line that we make. Okay, and you can see my lines are unconfident because I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I'm trying to do. But it has to align with, because again, like it's so easy to zoom in when we draw these that the only solace you have is consistently trying to remind yourself that you are reasoning it against the spatial reasoning that you've created, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes too much sense, but hopefully there's something to be taken away there, right? And then again, we'll do something like this, right? Because again, it's extremely difficult for me to see this space, because again, the center line's like right here, right? So I need to really take the box and understand what I'm doing, right? That's the most difficult part about all of this, is to take the box and understand what I'm doing, you know? And my brain is short-circuiting right now. It is genuinely so fucking difficult to reason all of this. But again, I have to see this, because like, what am I doing here? This line has to be just an excerpt, a snippet of the ellipse here, which is projected out onto the sphere and following this contour. If that is accurate, I do not know. And it cannot be too pronounced because it's a very subtle ellipse in general, right? So let's see. See, like I actually made a mistake here because you can see like these are diverging. So now this is a new angle that I've established. This is a new angle. And it's a bit fucked as well because like it doesn't look that good because it's aligning with this, with the original box, like the front plane. So now I have to think like, okay, what the fuck does that look like over here? Well, it looks like over here is, again, I'm really trying to think about the spatial reasoning, and this is why this is not going to look that good. I'm going to be very clear. Like, none of this is about looking good, okay? Because if it was about looking good, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I would just be drawing what's safe, okay? I would be drawing what is safe if it was about my shit looking good. Like, I want to be very clear. I would be drawing something safe. I would not be pushing myself because I have no need to push myself. I'm drawing something safe, right? But that is not how you learn. That is not how you grow. That is not how you improve. So maybe I could do something like that. Well, I know this is all pretty meh. Right? It's all pretty fucking meh, but it's okay. Still trying to figure out the design for this thing. We'll just do something like this. Okay, we'll just turn this into a subtraction. Because again, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Actually, no, see, like I fucked up these shapes completely. Okay, we'll just do something like this. We will just, again, like, and while I'm doing this, I have to really think about the box. And, you know, try to put that sphere inside the box. And that was also a mistake. But this will allow me to hopefully... Again, I'm trying to think about the... Dude, I'm trying to think about the box so much right now, but I can't see shit. I literally can't see anything, but that's why this is the part where I really have to lean into it. Like, I genuinely just really have to lean into it. Okay. Like, this is the part where I really have to lean into it. And again, that's horrible. Look at this. This is not the minor axis. I did not see it as I should have. But it's okay. Shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here. You know what? Maybe we'll just do something like this. And again, now my brain's really fried. It's really fried. Like, it's really fried. I don't know how many other ways I can say the same sentence. I mean, to be honest, I just only said it in one way, so I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But this you're about to notice is a horrible design. Look at this. I could not do anything. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't hold anything in my mind. And yet I still have to... Like, what the fuck? I don't know what I did. This is so bad. Oh, look at this. Like, actually look at this. Like, genuinely. Look. I'm just doing this to kind of just add something, but... Because I fucked this one up. Yeah, all because I fucked this right one up. But look at that. 32 minutes for sheer failure. What is this? Like, what is this, right? But anyways, let me rest my brain. Okay, maybe there's a way to salvage it. I encourage you to do so as well. But genuinely, look at this. This is like my spatial reasoning skills. My spatial reasoning for making the forms essentially went back to my first 3 months of spatial reasoning, or like first half a year, right? We went back to that because I was trying to hold so much in my mind when it came to my working memory, all right? So I want to make that very clear. Like, look how much it devolved just purely because I couldn't see what I was trying to see, right? And no idea. I literally have no idea how this can be salvaged, to be honest. Right, to be completely fucking honest, I have no idea. Maybe, and again, this line is way too much, but you know, maybe just at least reinforcing the perspective like this will, you know, there's a huge maybe, like, will it kind of just... Okay, well, now I'm going into the other one. But will it make a difference? Well, no, because now I fucked up the center line. Haven't I? Who knows? I literally don't know what I did, by the way. Like, I have no idea. So my sphere is correct, but what I did with this, completely off. Yeah, what I did with this was completely off. Like this right side here. There's no way to salvage this either. There's actually no way to salvage it. I'll just do something like this. We'll just close it off. Right? But it just looks horrendous. It just looks absolutely horrendous. And that's okay, is what I'm trying to say. Like, look, you know, for all the spatial reasoning work that I constantly try to do, I consistently fail horribly. Not just, oh, I made a mistake with a line. It's like I push my mind to the point where everything else falters. Like, look at how much this is all faltering. Just look at it, right? But my spatial reasoning, that's what's being worked here, Again, like this box has never been more solid in my mind. And I've never been able to construct a clear sphere before either. So that's another thing, is like you will likely see what looks, you know, for all intents and purposes, and again, you can tell I'm thinking because I'm actually not talking, but for all intents and purposes, what you see will be, this looks like shit, right? Understandably so. Understandably so. It looks like shit. But what's happening in my mind and the constant calculations, because this line, again, I'm referring it with the entire fucking box, and then now this, I'm calculating with this. Like this is what I'm thinking about. This top plane, and then this is what I'm trying to think about, by the way. That is what I'm trying to see when I'm here, which is hard, because I have to zoom in and look at this, and I have to zoom out and be like, what is this diagonal, right? That is what is being thought of. That is it. That is to the extent, that is literally the extent of what I'm trying to spatially reason to, by the way. You know, in case you're wondering, no way artists do that shit. Yes way, I've been fucking doing it for years now, constantly trying to improve it, okay? It's literally not, it's not a bug, it's a feature of draftsmanship, is to constantly try to see things like that. See, that was a mistake, but again, and like look at this, my shape design went to shit. Why? Because my working memory is absolutely taxed. I don't know, my voice cracked like that. I guess I'm really feeling it today, but my working memory is absolutely taxed, and that is exactly what I want. Like, that's what I want, by the way. I want to be very clear. That's what I want. I want my working memory to be taxed. Now look, I made a non-perfect ellipse. Like, this is not that good of an ellipse, but it's 100 times better than anything I've done fucking 20, 30 hours ago. But look at this. Look at the fucking shapes I drew on top of it. Garbage. But the spatial reasoning, those are the skills that I'm maintaining. And again, you have to remember, like, I'm trying to do things that are consistently difficult. I'm trying to start and stop at random points as well. Now on the sphere, right? And that's actually helping my spatial reasoning a lot too. But again, what am I trying to see? What is Viggy trying to see in his mind? He's trying to see this. The box. Right? Which is this box, by the way. Right? Trying to see the box. I'm trying to visualize all of this. Visualize all of this. Trying to see the box. Trying to see the sphere clearly inside the box, right? Trying to see, and again, because like I drew this box now, you can tell that the sphere is a bit narrow, right? And I may be incorrect actually in that assessment too, because I'm constantly trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see this on each plane, by the way. I'm trying to see this. Each fucking plane, we're trying to see this cross axis. Each plane. Each plane. I want to keep reiterating that. This is literally the fuckery I'm trying to see in my mind at all times. All times. Okay? In terms of like holding it and then trying to immediately reconstruct it when I lose it. And I'm failing miserably. I can barely see this. Okay? Barely. I'm more than anything, I'm just cycling through it constantly, these different calculations. And then I'm not even going to draw it because it's going to fuck with the drawing, but then there's the sphere, the ellipse in each plane. Okay? This, again, ellipse in each plane. And then projecting that ellipse in each plane onto the center of the sphere, right? Which is where I'm getting these curves. And you can see, like, I really fucked up this curve, right? Because this is, again, the ellipse that I'm trying to see, right? Like this fucking ellipse, which is very difficult. And that's pretty inaccurate because I didn't draw it that well. But, you know, the point I'm trying to make is, yes, I'm trying to see that ellipse. But yeah, and that's extremely taxing. So again, I'm going to rest my brain and then I'm going to try again. Obviously, we're going to turn the page, right? But this is what we're all capable of. Like, dude, I guarantee you a year from now, this shit's going to be fucking seared into my mind as a constant. Okay? And then 2 years from now, this plus another layer or another 2 layers. And then fucking at the 10-year mark, because I'm 3 years and 5 months in. But at the 10-year mark, right? 6 years from now, right? 6.5 years from now, I will be seeing things that right today I can't even comprehend when it comes to like visualization, spatial reasoning, right? Because then it's not just gonna be this. Maybe even gesture will be involved, values will be involved, composition will be involved, design will be consistently getting better, right? But these are all skills, and you have to it's a working memory task, okay? It's a working memory task, which is also involving your motor skills. It's extremely fucking difficult, and that's why I'm trying to push my working memory beyond its absolute limits, because that's how you get better. Or at least hopefully I'm proving that's how you get better. I don't fucking know. But anyways, let's rest our brains and then I'm gonna do the next rep. And then by that time, the video or the session, yeah, it's been 40 minutes, right? 40 minutes for this garbage. Do not forget. 40 minutes for this garbage. Not even in a mean way, but just objectively, like what it visually looks like is garbage. But mentally, this is the work that I'm doing at all times. And more. Because I'm fucking talking. God damn it. And again, I would like to reiterate, I keep explaining the difficulty of the task, not to, what's it called? Jesus Christ, I have to burp. Oh, I guess it's not coming. Right. But I will be late for, anyways. Right, but not to puff my chest out and be like, look at all the hard work I'm doing. It's to say this is the hard work that learning how to draw from imagination, learning spatial reasoning, learning how to think in 3D, the core foundation of drawing, line, form, perspective, is. Like, this is the work that it is, okay? Again, I'm not saying, oh, look at me, I work so hard. I'm saying, look at the hard work that this skill requires, and this is the mindset that I'm consistently reinforcing to ensure that the skill will be achieved in my lifetime, right? And in any of our lifetimes. Because there's nothing special. Like, again, it's simple, not easy, you know? But once we understand that it's simple, the easiness is how we interpret it, you know? It's just about sheer cognitive effort, which everyone is capable of having a baseline for. Right now, maybe you putting in effort is like fucking 1/20th of the effort I'm currently putting in, right? Just like it was for me in the beginning, I was not that good at putting in consistent effort, right? I maybe pushed my brain 10-20% of the time, maybe. Now I'm like at 40-50% of the time after 3.5 years, and that's a maybe, right? But the more work you do, the more you try to do that work, the better you will get at putting in the work, right? And you're all capable of it. Again, I will keep saying it, you're all fucking capable of it. Just get your head out of your ass, right? This is simple as that, you know? And actually start believing in yourself more than anything. More than anything, start actually believing in yourself, right? Because it genuinely all starts with your belief, you know, and that's a skill. So anytime you have a mindset or a thought that is not conducive to your growth, you recognize it to the best of your ability and you alter its course or you outright refuse its existence because your thoughts are not your reality. I was mentally masturbating by drawing yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait. And then once it came time to draw, I'm like, oh fuck me, I don't want to draw. Okay, and then you know what I told my brain? I told myself, and this is just how I did it, this is not how you have to do it, but if it resonates, right? Which is, I told my brain, shut the fuck up, just sit down. So I shut the fuck up. I sat the fuck, what? Does that even make sense? I shut the fuck up and sit down, so no, the fucking past tense of shut isn't shat. Wait, is it? I'm just thinking of the fucking poo-poo relation that, you know, I shat myself. Whatever, I shut up, and I just started doing the work, oh god. Garbage productivity tip. In 20 years, you'll all look to me as a hustle guru. Hustle guru. I also do need to keep working on my enunciation, but why? Why try when I can fly? Bars. Anyways, okay. So again, I'm trying to constantly push myself, right? So now it's about doing something like this, where I'm starting really far out. I did that last time too, right? Where I started really far out from the sphere, and that's, again, these are all skills, right? So I want to keep practicing that while holding the sphere in my mind. Because again, I created this line. It's funny, I have to do a reverse calculation now because I created this line without referencing it to the box that I have in my mind with this, what the sphere is encompassed in, and the center line that it's all in, right? So I did that, and now I have to yeah, do a reverse calculation to be like, wait, where in here, let's just say like this is my top plane, right? It's like, where in here does this subtle line fall suit, or like this subtle line fall suit? I don't even know. See, let me see. Let me have to refer to this. So that's my box because I didn't see it properly. So now I have to think, like, how subtle is it, right? So this is obviously a little bit inaccurate, but how subtle is it? The answer is it might be. Let me see this. Yeah, because I need to get the box down, right? It's this way. Okay, so I see it now. Yeah, so I had it correctly in my mind, but like it's like this, right? So this is actually inaccurate. It's more like this, right? So where does it fall suit into this, right? Where does it fall when it comes to this? And it's like, okay, well, is it here? It's clearly something like it's between this fucking corner and it's connected there. And it's like, okay. And I have to calculate that in my mind now. I kind of cheated because I have that here, but I still have to calculate it and be like, okay, so that's what's happening. So now on the other side, the same thing should be happening, right? But then before I even make this mark, I have to think, well, where is it happening, right? Is it happening here? Because we have to think about the overall ellipse of the box. And wait, where is this centered? Do you see why I started off from like as far as I could? Because I have to really think, like, where is this centered, right? Where is, like, am I even centering it correctly? Like, just because I think I'm seeing it, am I actually seeing it? And here's how I keep pushing the working memory. Keep pushing my working memory. Keep pushing my working memory, right? It is amazing what the mind is capable of when it just keeps fucking trying for hundreds and hundreds of hours. But yeah, I guess regarding that person who said, wait, I have to practice, I'm just saddened, man. And I don't even have it fucking in me to be like, yes, dipshit. What the fuck are you even here for if you're not even trying to practice? But I get it, because when you have a poor mindset, practice is just the last thing you want to do, because you are chasing immediate gratification. You are actually egotistical. A poor mindset is actually pure ego when it comes to learning, right? Because what does a poor mindset entail? And again, while I'm talking, I'm thinking really fucking hard. But what does a poor mindset entail, right? Let's break it down. A poor mindset when it comes to learning is having high expectations, is focusing on the outcome, is fear of actually doing the act, right? But what does this all stem from? The ego that you should be able to do the thing you want to be able to do, and the fear that you cannot do the thing you want to be able to do. There might be other people out there who don't, it's like, it's different, or maybe it's something like that. This might resonate with you, this might not. This is just what I believe. I always have to fucking preface everything with my goddamn opinion, because you're sensitive retards out there. They're like, oh, he didn't say it the way I liked him. Shut up, I said shut up. Right? Now that I've really expressed myself so intimately, right? Anyways, shut the fuck up. I'm saying that to myself now because I need to think. Right? But yeah, where is the center of this? Because that's okay. So I'm just gonna say this is the edge. So that's the edge. And then I have to obviously calculate this against the plane that I have, which is, okay, something like this. Relatively accurate. Nothing incredible. I think relatively accurate, right? And I can, again, reference this with and against my, like, again, this is all being referenced against my existing front plane, which is really hard for me to visualize right now. I want to be very clear. I can barely visualize it, right? Oh shit, I should have done something like this, which was actually what I wanted to do, but I completely forgot. And let's see, something like this. I don't even know if that makes sense. See, like, my designs are nothing. Oh, they're so bad. But this is supposed to be like inflated almost, right? But either way. And then we'll do something like this, which this will actually allow for us to create some sort of elliptical contour, right? Vertical elliptical contour. Something like this. Right? Same thing if I do, hold up, maybe I can actually, because I'm still trying to relate all of this to, yeah, I'm still trying to relate all of this to my sphere, right? I'm really, really, really trying to, but hold up. Shut the fuck up, Viggy? It's almost my fucking name. Oh god, it's so difficult. And then, let's see. Oh, see, like that's way too explicit. And this is where I actually need to rest my brain, I'm pretty sure, because I've been trying to hold it for so long, but I haven't been reconstructing. So maybe actually I should just take a step back. I'm not gonna rest my brain. Maybe we'll just wait a little bit. Okay, now go again. All right, and this is just part of it, I'd like to say, right? And again, I'm gonna use this as a means to reinforce my perspective, right? And obviously I love this shit. I love going like I love doing these little ellipses or cylinders which reinforce the perspective, right? I like that a lot because it's fun. And god damn it, I need to stop having my fingers so close to the trigger. Push me to the edge. Anyways, but no, to the pen. What was he saying? I think I told people to shut the fuck up, and then I complained about something. I was trying to make a point about something. Fuck, I forgot. This is what happens when you're always thinking about the spatial reasoning, by the way. Like, that's literally what happens to your brain. Is then you just forget everything, and that's part of it, and that's why you should always be thinking. Because that looks pretty okay. That actually doesn't look too bad. But, again, we are here to try and get the sphere proper, which I probably fucked up there as well. And then, okay, let's see. This is coming up here. And I want it to come down here. Again, I'm really trying to see that perspective. But this is like the difficult part where I've actually created something. I started from the outside, right? I started from the outside, so it's not that easy to just... And while I draw this, I'm also still trying to think about the overall perspective that I made, right? You know, okay, I need to take a step back. Reconstruct it, figure out what went wrong. Well, what went wrong is this. This definitely actually should have been way more pronounced, but that's not what happened. So we see, like, you see how pronounced that is? Right now, what this is something like this, right? So we made that mistake, and we have to own up to that mistake, because the second I made this mistake with not thinking about the horizontal axis clearly, that's when everything sort of started fucking up. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up, by the way, because I can still attempt to fix it. Am I saying I can still fix it? No, I don't know. I don't know if I can still fix it, but I can still attempt to fix it, right? And again, we'll have that front plane. We'll start calculating something like this and something like this. So now and again, like, I know I'm being super vague, and I do apologize, because I'm not trying to be vague, but I'm literally grinding my fucking brain to think about everything. Literally everything. So it's going to be incredibly difficult to give you a play-by-play, but what you need to know is I'm literally trying to see this, the box, the sphere inside the box, the center lines inside the sphere inside the box. I'm trying to calculate all the center lines on each plane and trying to see the ellipse on each plane. I'm failing miserably. And I'm trying to hold that in my mind while I design this outwardly. And every line I'm making, I'm trying to relate back to the overall perspective that I'm establishing. Hopefully that gives you a clearer idea of what is going on in my mind. Hopefully. Right? Because my brain is fucking dying. Okay? It's literally dying. But I think I'm getting better. This is actually like, I'm starting to consistently maintain and hold, which is, look at that. That curve was so confident and it wasn't fucking bad at all. Like, it literally wasn't bad at all. And that's the beauty of it, is like we just slowly get better. Look at that. These curves actually are following the ellipse that have, or the sphere, or the fucking, yeah, the sphere that I created in my mind. Holy shit. Amazing. Okay, I don't need to learn anymore. Everybody give up. We're done. We're done. Pack it up. Channel's over. I'm fucking killing myself. It's done. I've achieved it all in Minecraft. Let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Apart from the tonal whiplash, okay, another thing. I know there might be a decent amount of you who'll be like, what the fuck, he's just doing this out of his mind. I can't even do the shapes that he's doing, let alone the spatial reasoning. First of all, go back fucking 300 videos or like a year, go to the fucking different playlists and be like, oh, look, I'm at that level, or oh, look, I'm barely at that level, okay? Relatable, and holy shit, he just kept going. Apart from that, right? Another thing I want to say is everything I'm doing is a skill. Like, this is form blending. I understand the contour of this plane, and I understand the contour of this cylinder and how they blend and where they're meeting and where I'm also choosing for them to meet, right? I understand how this cylinder bends in space, right? These are all things that I've practiced. You know, I'm thinking about the spatial relationship of everything that I've made at all times. Nah, that's okay. That's not that good. But yeah, I'm thinking about the spatial relationship of everything at all times, right? But the big thing you need to know is like my brain, because I spent hundreds of hours already now documented thinking about those spatial relations, my brain does not spend nearly as much cognitive effort when it comes to applying it. Okay, let me say that again. I have already done a lot of the hard work when it comes to these spatial relations, which is why I am again trying even harder and moving all my cognitive effort towards more intensive spatial reasoning. So it's just a constant effort to get better and better at this shit, right? There's nothing else to it than that. Okay, so while you can see that this is off, right, because this is off and this is off, A, it's misaligned, B, I didn't get the curve down, just me doing this did save it a little bit in terms of getting that perspective, right? That doesn't mean it's perfect at all, to be honest, because we still need to, you know what, it's actually not that bad. It's definitely not this, it's definitely not this, and I think that's a bit inaccurate as well. But overall, I just need to also do something to reinforce the main perspective, because right now these are just diagonals which aren't really telling you what that main perspective is, which is this, right? Like, this is the top plane, that's what's happening here, right? But either way, more than anything, we need to also ensure that I create the right contours as well. You know, and again, my lines all need work and all that shit, but I want to be very clear. If you're like, I can't do this, A, you can't do this yet, right? Shut the fuck up. You can't do this yet. Put the fucking work in. You 100% can do this, right? B, it's just a matter of slowly improving the things you can control when it comes to your spatial reasoning, okay? That's it. Quote unquote, that's it. But like, it's just a constant effort on that front, because I've lost a lot of this now. I've lost a lot of my spatial reasoning that I had, like in terms of like what I'm drawing right now. Like, I've lost seeing a lot of it, right? Like, I actually don't see nearly as much as I did in the beginning, but now I'm constantly trying to rebuild it as well, right? I'm really trying to constantly rebuild it to make sure, well, actually, like, this can follow the perspective. This is a perfect opportunity to follow that perspective, and there you go. Now we can see the difference, right? I can do that too here, And there you go. Now we can, again, get the perspective reinforced. And that's another thing. It's like I'm constantly trying to reinforce that perspective in my mind. And again, like while I'm doing these tiny details, I'm thinking extensively about, to the best of my ability, zooming out and keeping my entire big picture in mind, which is a skill, which is incredibly difficult, which is something we practice over and over and over and over and over, right? Decades of our lives, okay? Not even years, fuck the years, decades, okay? The goal is to simply keep trying. That's the fucking goal. You understand me, you piece of shit? That's not bad. Look at that. This walked. You see that? This walked. So this could run. And this is nothing special, but I like this design a lot. I will say, I do like this design a lot, apart from, you know, some clear mistakes that I've made. Right, I do quite like the design that I've done here. Because for the first time, not for the first time, but again, again, I want to say that, right? Like, shit, decent, shit, decent. And then I guarantee over the next fucking 10 hours, or like 5 hours, whatever, right? It'll be shit, decent, shit, decent. Like, same shit, as always. No pun intended. Right, so, is that even a pun? I don't even think that's a pun, fuck. But, and again, now to think about this other side, and then the alignment here, while also keeping my perspective in mind, and then just try to get some sort of thing going, if that makes sense. Like, because again, this is a contour, right? So we have to be like, okay, it's going around the plane, even though this is a mistake, because now this is an obstruction that's incorrect as well. It's not just an obstruction that's in the way of my reasoning, it's an obstruction that's incorrect as well, right? And then I have to be like, okay, it's somewhere around there. You know? Somewhere around here, actually. It's coming out. Let's see if that's going all the way. Yeah, somewhere around here. Coming slightly out, like so. And that's where this is going to turn into. Right? Again, just constantly trying to fucking calculate this shit. Right? This is down here. I'm trying to be like, okay, if this is coming all the way over here, like this is how it's coming. Let's see. This is the ellipse, and then we bring it out. Yonder here. And then, let's see, and then we just bring this down. There you go. Right, and then the other side is also, ta-da, right? It's just going. And then we don't see this thing down here. Here, and then I'll make it even more apparent that I'm pretty sure I definitely made some, well, apart from that insane fuck up, I definitely made some other fuck ups here. Because I have a hard time calculating the other side of these things. Genuinely, I do. And that's fine. Oh fuck, it's already been an hour. But yeah, that's fine. But again, like, the calculations will come and go. Yeah, this should have been much further out now that I see it. This should have been something like this. Right? Yeah, and then we'll have something like that. And then this thing will be coming out. See, so I still struggle greatly with that. Yeah, and then we'll see a little bit of the other side. See, that's a lot better. Already that looks a lot better, but it's still misaligned. I want to be very clear. There's still, okay, now I think I overshot here now that I look at it. So, mistakes, beautiful mistakes all around, right? And now I just need to complete this. I say just, but again, now I have an entire obstruction in the way of my, there you go. That's not bad. But yeah, I had an entire obstruction in the way of this. And this could have been a lot better too. This could have been a bit more curved. But yeah, the obstruction is this, what I drew right here, right? So yeah, extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. And again, I think I got this contour relatively okay. This one's okay. This one could have been better. Yeah, definitely. And again, I'm still like actively trying to see everything. Again, what am I trying to see? I'm trying to see this. Okay? Trying to see this. Right? Trying to see that. Trying to see the fucking center lines, the center line, the center line. Ellipse, 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 projected outward, the center line, right? Which is in relation to this center line. You know, the fucking contour center line. Horizontal, vertical, as well as the fucking, the sphere being perfectly inside of it as well as what's it called? Like, it's all a bunch of fuckery. It's all a bunch of fucking simulated fuckery in my head that I'm just constantly taxing my working memory. And then I'm trying to design on top of it. Jesus Christ. But slowly but surely, and don't call me Shirley, I'm getting there, okay? Like, and you can get there too. You can 100% get there too. And I'm constantly making mistakes. Because again, when I focus on spatial reasoning, my lines suffer. When I focus on lines, my spatial reasoning suffers, right? I'm not skilled enough yet to be able to do a lot of these at the same time, right? I want to make that very clear. Like, I'm not skilled enough yet, right? Yet, again, I want to make it very clear. We are not skilled enough yet, right, to do the fucking 100 things we want to do at all times. But already my brain has consolidated a decent amount of information and things are just slightly becoming more coming, right? So stains all around. No, they're slightly becoming more consistent. But overall, again, look, I did this, and I couldn't see, even though my brain was working tirelessly. And that's the thing, right? It's like, I want to say one thing that to really reinforce that you're all on the correct path is the fact that you will output, what the fuck? You will output 10 times more of this with extreme friction resulting in shit, quote unquote, like, you know, result, right? Shit result, because if you look at result, it's shit, right? In order for down the line something like this to occur, where it's slightly better, slightly more coherent, right? And you're still thinking as hard as you can about the spatial reasoning that you're doing. But if there's one reassurance I can give you, it's the extreme discomfort you feel, right? The supposed sudden drastic decrease in quality that you experience in your output, even though your input is extremely high. And you'll feel that your input is wavering, and like by input I mean the effort you're putting into like visualizing and doing the lines and doing like, again, like whatever the skill is, right? Which is usually right now line, form, perspective, right? Whether it's design, whether it's fucking values, whatever. The point is there are fundamentals and you're thinking really fucking hard about the calculations and the logic and the science and just how things work and the rules you're applying and everything, right? It is normal, if not it is normal and the absolute best thing that you could be experiencing, which is that moment of extreme discomfort, like complete decrease in your output, right? Which is the result, right? Inability to hold it all together while still trying to hold it all together. That moment right there, that sequence of moments, which can last from minutes to like maybe like 10 minutes or maybe like even like 40 seconds, right? And then taking a step back or trying to reconstruct or taking a step back and then resting your brain. That sequence, right? That repeated sequence of extreme fucking discomfort and failures and then resting and your brain consolidating and playing it on fucking excess times the speed and then resting, like all that shit, constantly trying again. That is learning and that is the best place to be in, and that's something you are 100% allowed to be in, and you have permission to fail again, okay? When I am great, many of you will come back here to be like, was he always like this? Look at this right now, look at this. Tell me with pure honesty that this is like some amazing design. Tell me that. You can't, because this is essentially a fucking beginner's attempt at perspective. Because of all this fuckery that I was thinking of here, I was trying to visualize, my output, my design, my lines, everything, especially my designs and my consistency of spatial reasoning, completely shat the bed, right? So this is what we want, okay? This extreme discomfort, right? This is what we want. You know, this is what we want. Because this is like, yeah, these are the byproduct of this. Of what the fuck? Yeah, like these nicer designs, quote unquote, are the byproduct of you fucking constantly trying the same amount as these, but failing miserably. So your brain has to consolidate it again and actually learn from it. So, you know, please let this be your consolation. Because yes, when I am great or greater or in the average person's eyes, or even somebody who's like decently good's eyes, where I am, wow, he's really good, or like, oh, he's pretty damn good, or what the fuck, his fundamentals are pretty decent, like, god damn, he's drawing from imagination, whatever. Whenever I'm at the point when my drawings to the populace look to be extremely impressive or magical and wow, like it's talent, you will come here. Those of you who are curious and those of you who actually want to know what it took. And all it took was constant effort. And I say all non-quotes. We're taking the quotes back. We're hashtagging it. All it took is quotes. Oh, fuck. All it took is effort. Fuck. Right? and you are capable of that. If there's any reminder you need that the struggle you face is legitimate and it's the best thing that you can have happen to you, here it is, okay? And again, right now my words won't mean much. Like in the present, 2020, 2026, March 26th, right? 1,093 subscribers, right? A few people body doubling with me, nice, great. Again, please draw with me, right? Give me that fucking retention. I need you in the goddamn background muted, or you need me in the background muted. What the fuck? But yeah, like those of you who need that reassurance that you're on the right path, yes, you are, as long as you are on the right path, as long as you're putting effort towards the things that are giving you the biggest return on investment, which is the difficult work, which is the only work. There is no easy way. There is no shortcut. The shortcut is the difficult, hard path in which you spend hundreds and thousands of hours trying to figure it out, with the belief that you will figure it out because you're putting in so much fucking effort in the right things. You see, it's a positive feedback loop. So, once again, I don't know why I keep talking. Why do I talk like this? Why do I move my fucking finger like this when I'm, I don't know, this is just my passion mode, I guess, but you're on the right path. And this is a reminder to myself as well as to you, okay? And the only thing we should give ourselves the permission to do is fail, believe that the failures have merit, and then continue to try and fail again. Constantly trying to figure it out. And again, believe that we will figure it out. With that being said, so much inspiration, goddammit. I'm literally a goddamn broken record. Hopefully this is a good broken record. Right? I have to entertain myself somehow. Which, right, currently, dude, I'm not even that... I listened to some of my older videos just a little bit. I'm like, damn, I was calmer, I was funnier, right? I was less intense, but I guess this is just the quote-unquote era, right? I don't know why I hashtag that. That doesn't make sense. But I guess this is just the era in my life where I really need to remind myself that I'm on the right path, and I really need to remind people who happen to be with me that they're on the right path, and perhaps my skill set can back up what I'm saying currently, or if it doesn't, it most definitely will in the future, right? But at the end of the day, the work still needs doing, and you are, and I am, capable of that work, because there's value in the effort, and we can train ourselves to enjoy it by, say it with me, focusing on the effort, focusing on the errors, and deriving enjoyment from them. And don't forget about the gap effect, and spatial reasoning, and line quality, and design, and like the fucking other 1800 fundamentals. But with that being said, goddammit, as always, fuck you for watching. I keep drawing. I believe. Money, 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 money.